So, facing deportation, man, is one of the difficult situations anyone can be in, especially if you have established private life and family life, you have wife and kids, and suddenly for some reason you're being told that you will be deported back to where you came from or where you were born. And for a lot of people, I know a lot of people that have lived in England all their life. They came to England when they were a year or 2 years old, and for some reason they're being told they'll be deported. They began deported back to their home country. That's one of the most difficult things to deal with. Leaving everything behind, especially if you don't want to go. You have kids in the country that you love, that love you, that you're in their life, and suddenly for some reason you're being told you will be deported. For a lot of people, that have committed crime, it's perhaps deporting them might be the best thing for in the larger picture for the safety of the public, and also even for the deportees' best interest. For because a lot of people that have been deported, uh, deportation is one of the best things that happened to them because if they were left in the country, they probably would be causing more havoc or even lose their life altogether. So them getting deported is one of the best things that's happened to them. But for everyone else, most people that just trying to get make any living to feed themselves and the family, and maybe they working without the right paper or working up over the amount of the number of hours they're allowed to do. Yeah, that's them, breaching the conditions of their visa or their work permit, whatever the case may be. But still, it's for people like that have established family life. It's difficult. You know, having them in a situation where they have to leave their family behind and be deported. Do you know what I mean? Deportation has always been a thing, man. Everyone has always, every generation, man. People have always been moving around, and in this modern day and age, you come across a lot of people that hate foreigners. They see foreigners, they think foreigners is the root cause of their problem, and which is not true. You know what I mean? A lot of foreigners are just trying to better their living conditions and just feed their family. You know what I mean? They're doing whatever they have to do and they're working hard as well. Some of them doing two, three jobs, doing difficult jobs, odd jobs, long hours, just to put food on the table for their wife and kids. Not everyone is a criminal, you know. But being in a situation where you're being told you're getting deported, man, that's very, very horrible, man. I understand how it feels because I have been there myself. Do you know what I mean? I still remember, being the drive to the airport, and then, all you can think of is your child. So am I never going to see my child again? And the last time you spoke to your family, your child, you can just hear your child crying, and now you're on the van being driven to the airport, and you arrive at the airport, and then you're surrounded by security taking you up on the plane, you're going up the stairs, you're thinking in your head, man, so is this it for me, and am I never ever gonna see my family again? And for some reason, they receive a call from the court, and the court telling them they should suspend your deportation and take you back to detention center. And the security officials giving you this news, man, your legs just wobble like geez, man, it's not easy, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not easy thing. I mean, that's why in this video I want to talk about if you in a situation where you're in detention, facing deportation, or you know anyone, that might be in this situation. And even if you don't know anyone, they say no knowledge is a waste. It's something you can just, a knowledge you can have it in your back pocket, just in case, somewhere down the road in the future, someone just might need some pointers and you can be able to offer some assistance. Do you know what I mean? You see, in this deportation thing, especially for people living in England, or even living in Europe, paying lawyers is not easy, man. It's not cheap. Lawyers are very expensive, man. And I've seen cases where people being held in detention, they pay lawyer, they pay and pay and they run out of money and they don't know themselves what to do and they end up getting deported. And I've seen people as well that pay lawyer and pay, they run out of money and they start representing themselves. You know what I mean? Like a friend of mine, man, some guy, Tunji, paid lawyer, paid and paid, ran out of money, and he started representing himself. I remember them days he would go to court to represent himself, and when the prosecutors addresses the court, and if the prosecutor is saying things that he disagrees with, he would just get up and address the judge that is screaming that, oh, the prosecutor is lying, he's a liar. And this is a funny thing, like the judge telling him, look, you don't address the court like that. You don't interrupt the prosecutor after you let them speak, and but he was learning in the process. He didn't have a choice. Me myself, you see, when life puts you in a situation where you don't have a choice, that's where you see, some people just take whatever they get, and some people adapt, some people learn, some people forge new path in the difficult situation. Man, in my case, man, I was held in the detention center in England and paid lawyer, and then at some point you ran out of money. And these lawyers will not even talk to you if you don't, if you can't pay them. No lawyer is going to work for you on the basis of, oh, I don't have money right now, but I'm owing you, I'm going to pay. They don't do that. As soon as they stop getting money from you, they stop representing you. Do you know what I mean? In my case, man, when my lawyer started, when I ran out of money, I immediately, before my lawyer would tell me that they cannot represent me anymore, I quickly requested for all the copies of the court proceedings they've been doing on my behalf, and represent all the correspondence as well with the immigration officials and the immigration authority and the court as well. I requested for all the copies and they sent it to me. I studied everything. If you're in detention or you're in prison, you have time. The one thing you have in abundance is time. I mean, you read and read. I read this document and everything, and then I started following the same pattern the lawyer was using when he was representing me. So subsequently, when I get deportation proceedings against me, I will just do my judicial review myself and injunction as well, and my ticket will be cancelled. And I did it for a few people as well, and it worked as well. Do you know what I mean? So that's why in this video, man, if you've been issued a deportation ticket, that is not the end of the road. If you believe you have reasons to stay in the country, you can, and you're being deported, you can put in a judicial review to the court, and you should also attach it with an injunction application, because the injunction is what is going to cancel your deportation, and the judicial review is an independent judge looking into the decision that the immigration has made. That if the decisions were made illegally or not illegally, if the decisions were made without you not being without your case not being looked into properly, if the court believes that your right has been infringed in any way, that the immigration authority did not decide your case according to the law, then they will have to overrule the decision of the immigration, and then the immigration will now have to review your case. That's what judicial review is all about. But if you've done judicial review and the judicial review and the injunction cancels your ticket, in a few weeks the court will give you a reply to saying if the immigration authority decision was a fair judgment. If the court rules that the immigration's decision is a fair judgment, a new deportation proceedings will be taken against you again. Now, in this case, you can give further submission if you believe you still have right to be in the country. But this new submission should be different from the one that the court decided upon. It should be a new case. If you're on asylum, your asylum has been refused, they gave you a deportation ticket, you put in a judicial review and injunction, and your removal was cancelled, and after a few weeks the court reply your judicial review to say the decision of the immigration authority is lawful, is within the law, and you believe there's danger against that, there will be a danger upon your life if you're to be removed back to your home country, it has to be different from the previous one that was decided upon. These new grounds will be taken as new submission by the immigration authority. In this time, you can apply for bail, even from the first time when you apply for judicial review and your deportation is cancelled because of your injunction. Immediately you can apply for bail to be released. And if you're applying for bail, using Section 4 housing can increase your chances of getting bail, But if you're not able to get bail, or you get bail and they tell you your judicial review has been decided that the decision of the immigration is lawful, and you give new submission, you can also apply for bail with new submission. Section 4 housing will increase your chances of getting bail. In some cases, you'll be released on tag, but that's fine, But whilst you're out in the country, you should, do everything you can to plant your feet down. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go out there, whatever I'm talking about it's not a guarantee that you will be issued a resident permit, but this will definitely cancel your deportation ticket. And when you're released, you should go outside and tighten yourself up, tighten your business. Do you know what I mean? Go outside and do what you have to do to improve your chances of staying in the country. Do you know what I mean? So if you know anyone that might need this information, deportation ticket is not the final, it's not the end of the journey. There are still different things you can do to cancel the ticket. And especially if you're giving a new submission, it will greatly help your case if you have evidence to back it up. Like if you're on asylum, if you're applying for asylum or new grounds for asylum, and you have evidences to support your claim that your life will be in danger if you're to be deported back to your home country, this will greatly help your case. So whatever you do, you should always think of how you can back it up with evidence. Do you know what I mean? That will greatly help your case. Yeah, so if you have any question, if you think there's anything I've left out in this video, man, let's talk about it in the comment section. And if you have any question, man, please do email me, and I will definitely reply as soon as I can. And I will see you in the next video. Have a nice one. Bye.